even though our life took us on these two very different journeys, the fact that when we come back together, we still have all of this history. It's sort of like, to use the same language, we've still been in the same sky and we're still like stars from the same cluster.
Kat, it is such a joy to chat with you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. It's an absolute pleasure.
Star People is so much fun. I absolutely fell in love with the film. But what excited you to be a part of it?
So many things. I love the way this character is written. I love that it's a female-bodied lead who is not obsessed with a love story, and all the relationships in the story sort of come about as surprises to her when all she really cares about is something she's not going to compromise for anyone. I think that like those characters are not often written for people like me. So I loved that about it. I love how many nuances the film takes on that they really like. I think it's so it beautifully lays out all of these human conditions and doesn't preach too loudly, but it speaks to a lot of things we're going through as people right now, like immigration, foster care, addiction, lots of things that are hard to take on while also being essentially a genre film. But I think we do a pretty good job.
It really is a fascinating mix, and you're right. Claire is such a great character. What do you think is her greatest challenge?
I think her greatest challenge is seeing outside of her own horse blinders. I think that it's also her greatest strength. Like she is driven solely by this goal, and it also like sort of overcomes her, and throughout the story she has to break those down and take those down to see that there are some big things around her and not just up in the sky.
Yeah, I love how she views the world, but she's still sort of struggling herself, and she's got this great relationship with her brother's character. There's a real push and pull that goes on within these two characters, and I wondered, from your perspective, do you think that they see pieces of themselves in each other?
Totally. I think that's part of what where all this tension comes from, right? They're so similar. They definitely know where they both come from, which is like a huge vulnerability for Claire. I drew a lot of inspiration playing this relationship from the fact that I have a real little brother who is a lot like McCabe's character. And it actually, for me, it gave me a lot of permission as an actor to be more like stoic and cold than the characters I would usually play because my little brother is kind of the only person in the world who's a bigger character than me. And, you know, when we have to be in a small space together, he takes up more space than I do. And it was really fun to like react to McCabe doing that for me.
That's cool. That's cool. I love moments where you can bring your life into the characters you play. I think that's really special. Um, and I was wondering though, in your mind, it's a fly. What is going? It's a
It's okay.
fly going in front of me. Um, what do you think that Claire is really looking for? I know that she has to get the photo, but what is it that she's looking for?
I sort of feel like from that trifecta of traumatic events being her first seizure, her family disbanding, and her first sighting of the Phoenix Lights, I think she's looking for her first chance to just like breathe and not be reacting to that trauma for the first time. I think that she believes that finding what's out there will validate and assuage all of the things that hurt in that moment. And she's sort of living her life in a state of hypervigilance and reaction to everything that hurt her the first time.
Mm, mm, yeah. I there's a wonderful conversation she has, and I think it's with her brother. Forgive me, I'm not sure. Where she talks about planet, or they talk about planet as the ancient Greek word for wonder.
Mm.
And I was wondering, it seems odd to say it this way, but I was wondering from your perspective again, why do we need wonder? What does it give to us? What do you think?
I think that that line is wander, as in A.
Wonder.
Yes. That being
It
said,
is. Well, there you go. Okay. Well,
no, but both are
it
both
works. It
are
still
poignant.
works.
But I think I could at least, even if I'm wrong, I can tell you what I played in that moment. But I think it was sort of like even though our life took us on these two very different journeys, the fact that when we come back together, we still have all of this history. It's sort of like, to use the same language, we've still been in the same sky and we're still like stars from the same cluster. And I think the idea is like no matter how lost you feel, there's like somewhere that you're found or there's some way that you're found. And if it were wonder, I'll answer that question too. Um, I think that that is like wonder is so synonymous to faith, and like whether it's in aliens or family or finding what you're looking for, faith is such a strong motivator. And as somebody who doesn't necessarily believe in aliens or gods or anything, but I do believe there's something more than me out there, faith still is a huge driving force in my life. And sometimes it can make you have blinders if the thing you have faith in is as specific as Claire, but it also keeps you going. And that's a very human concept.
Absolutely, and thank you for highlighting my note-taking skills that need to improve.
It's
I
okay. I also write songs, and when people interpret a lyric that I didn't actually write, but it still makes sense and means something to them, it's my favorite.
yes, now, um, did you I could be wrong on this, but did you perform the song in the over the finale? Yes, you
Yeah.
did.
I also
So
wrote
what
that with Reza, who wrote the score.
That's so wonderful. So what was that like, and what excited you to bring that to the film?
Well, I'm lucky that Adam is a lover of music generally. And he knew that I made music, and that was very cool that he found that to be like a cool, well-rounded thing about me as an actor versus being like, you gotta pick one. Um, but it was his suggestion that I write with Reza, who made the score. And it was so easy to write the song. We wrote it in like 6 hours because I was so steeped in the world of Claire, and I wrote it from her perspective with just like some of my favorite words and moments from the story of the script. So it was really fun and very cool to hear at the end of the film, because so much of me as an actor is in the character of Claire, but then to hear this other side of my life also make its way into the film just feels so appropriate for my first feature lead that like so much of my heart went into.
It's a beautiful song, and quite frankly, you do have a beautiful voice. It really adds to the film and draws it together. I really, honestly, it's wonderful.
Thank
Um,
you.
and Kat, honestly, I really appreciate the time to chat with you. Thank you so much. It is such a lovely piece. And as we just start to wrap, I want to wish you the best because it really is a special film.
Thank you. You have been absolutely lovely to chat, and I hope that this has inspired everyone to go watch the movie.
I hope so too. Hope so too. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Thank you.